So about a week ago, I mentioned in one of my videos how there should be a top 5 list on the way YouTubers lost their channels. There might be a video out there on the top 10 ways a YouTuber has lost their channel. Then I get this comment and I'm like, alright, I'll put this idea on the back burner for a future video. And now is that video. So this isn't going to be one of those tier lists. This is just going to be a top 5 ways YouTubers have lost their channels, according to the plantation owner himself. Some of you guys might disagree with the rankings. Some of you guys might get mad, but just wait until I get my cast off and I'll fight each and every one of you. Now, of course, I had to do some research for this because I really only know about 5 YouTubers losing their channels, and they are for sure not all in the top 5. Good thing this Wikipedia page has everything I need to refresh my memory. Now, we're going to start with honorable mentions and then work our way from 5 all the way up until 1, aka the worst way a YouTuber has lost their channel. After the video, if you guys want to drop your own list in the comments or just mention somebody that I happen to look over, don't. And keep your negativity to yourself. But our first dishonorable mention goes to R. Kelly for losing his channel following his convictions of sex trafficking. Jeffrey Epstein would have also been in this spot had he had a YouTube channel, but hey, you win some, you lose some. This spot would have also been shared with Michael Jackson. I don't care what anyone says. Michael Jackson and R. Kelly are the same type of person. Only one is dead and had a much bigger impact on people, which is why only one of these documentaries gets taken serious. Both of these are essentially the same thing, and there is no solid proof that Leaving Neverland was a lie. I'll stop there because I could go on for days about this, and I love R. Kelly's music, so for me to tell you that he is the exact same as Michael Jackson is something Michael Jackson's fans will never admit. Up next is someone that I actually have a card of, the Dukester, David Duke, the former Grand Wizard of the Ku Klux Klan. And that's right, you guessed it, he was banned for violating hate speech policies. According to The Guardian, he was calling protected groups inferior, meaning that they weren't white, Nordic, celestial beings sent up from the white devil himself. And then YouTube was like, what the fuck are you talking about? And then they took out a comically large ban stamp and just went boom right on his monitor. And then they're like, John, what the fuck? That's not how we ban people. You ruined my monitor! Now this next one has nothing to do with the recent events that happened because this happened back in 2021, but the next spot on our list is going to Donald Jehoshaphat Trump. Like I said, this has nothing to do with him trying to get beamed, but because his dumbass actually incited an attack on one of the buildings he's actually trying to get back into. This is something you'd see like Putin do after the country finally gets fed up with his rules and elects someone new. And then he's like, just imagine I'm doing a Russian accent, my comrades, you will fight for me. Like, you don't see that shit in America. We're a civilized country. We set local businesses and cars on fire. We don't attack government buildings like animals, alright? Come on, guys. Now, this next one I was thinking about putting on the actual list, but I wasn't super familiar with them, and I think they got banned in like 2017, if I'm not mistaken. But maybe some of you guys remember the channel Toy Freaks. Apparently, this was one of those channels where it was just a dad and his daughters filming videos, and they had gotten to over 8 million subs, it says. But after being mentioned in an article on Medium, their channel was terminated for violating child endangerment policies. Now, obviously, the video I'm playing in the background is one of their normal ones, but if you just Google Toy Freaks, one of the results that comes up is Annabelle Bloody Tooth Freaks Out, and it looks like they were trying to pull out this kid's tooth because it was loose, and it just didn't come out all the way on the first try. 100% they have other videos where their kids are crying, and trust me, YouTube does not like it when you use your kids for views. Alex Jones gets a dishonorable mention. I shouldn't have to explain why, but it wasn't just his channel. I'm pretty sure InfoWars was banned also. This next channel I had no idea about, but apparently Uri Mizokiri was a North Korean rant channel that was banned for literally just spreading North Korean nonsense. It says in 2014 that they released an article titled "Korea is a Human Paradise in which Jesus would have nothing to do even if he came." Why did they add even if he came? It's like, yeah, even if Jesus came, which he's not, He's not, but even if he did, he would have nothing to do. And it's like, yeah, because you guys would fucking arrest him the second he started talking. And then the last group of people for our dishonorable mentions are anyone who was banned or suspended for spreading misinformation about COVID-19. Every one of these channels, most of them news networks, don't have a single doctor working for them. They have somebody who's friends with the guy who got fired from being a doctor, and that's where they get their information from. But literally everyone who was saying what to do during COVID-19 was literally just saying the opposite of what the other political party was saying. But now, girls and boys, let's get into the real list in the next video. So at the number 5 spot, we have YouTube's very own Austin Jones. For those who don't know who this is, he was a YouTuber who did a lot of cover songs, and then in 2014 released his own EP.
Afraid to die and afraid to live. Oh, what a way to exist. Ooh, Is this the way life will always be?
Oh, whoa, or however the fuck it went. That was my favorite part of the song. But his channel was terminated after he pled guilty to receiving child read my lips. 4 years before that, though, an anonymous 15-year-old girl started a petition to stop him from participating at the Vans Warped Tour. Eventually, he did drop out of the tour and then uploaded this infamous video where he's like, yeah, I did ask for twerking videos, but I didn't ask for nudes. I'm not a weirdo.
I used to ask fans for twerking videos. Yes, twerking, the dance move. It's not something that I'm proud of. It's not something that I think is right. And I shouldn't have done it.
And he didn't just ask for twerking videos. He put on a full demonstration so that the underage girls he was talking to doesn't get it wrong.
Hey cutie, so this is like the first basic twerk move. So this is what you do. You stand with your legs apart, you bend your legs, and then you arch your back, and you unarch it. You do it faster, so it's like this. Now it's your turn.
Later in 2017, Homeland Security searched his phone, and that's when they found him persuading other underage girls to make explicit videos for him. And then in 2019, he was sentenced to 10 years in federal prison, and is currently being held at FCI Laredo in Pennsylvania, which for some reason has the co-founder of the Cali cartel in prison there. But let's just say Austin Jones didn't do any of the stuff he was convicted of. That haircut alone would have still had him at the number 5 spot. Coming in at number 4 is a 2-for-1 special. We have 8 Passengers and Daddy-O-5. Now, the reason I put these two together is because they are both families who with dirtbag parents. One more so than the other. But is it really that hard to become a popular family on YouTube and not have some dark fucking secrets buried beneath you? And I wouldn't even say buried secrets, because half of the reason these people are caught was because of stuff they uploaded for all of us to see. Like Daddy-O-5, it wasn't until after a bunch of videos came out of them tormenting their little nerdy looking kid did anyone be like, yeah, I kind of feel bad for that little dude. Kind of feel bad for what he's going through. It's not like right after they uploaded the infamous Invisible Ink prank video did they get hate. Obviously people loved it because they continued to fuck with him.
We got you both. You were innocent bystander.
Yeah. You just got owned. It's just a prank, bruh.
Or like for the 8 Passengers channel, the mom is literally asking her son, so did you like your punishment of not being able to sleep on a bed for 8 months?
Do you think it's funny? Because
and then I walk out.
If you think it's funny, then that was 7 months ago. Maybe you need longer without a bedroom.
And at the time, I bet everyone in the comments was like, now that's how you raise a child. Firm, but not too strict. It wasn't until one of the kids climbed out of their fucking window and asked the neighbors for help did they get caught. You would think people like this would know not to film their crimes, but thankfully, they are blinded by the attention they are getting that they obviously don't even think twice about the stuff they're posting. Again, like I said, one set of parents was obviously worse than the others because I think Daddy-O-5 was still able to make videos. They just changed their channel name to Family-O-5, whereas Ruby Frank and her chubby accomplice were charged with 6 felony counts of child abuse. Just to put that into perspective, that is the same amount of R. Kelly was guilty of. Now for this number 3 spot, this is more of a, you had to actually see it right then and there to actually care about it. But there was this YouTuber who goes by Baked Alaska, and his ban reason says unknown, but is believed to be caused by a video of him harassing a convenience store employee for asking him to wear a mask. Now when you read that, you're like, really? He got banned for that? But then you watch the actual video and you're like, damn, yeah, that makes total sense.
Do you need a mask?
Yeah, I actually do. Do you have one?
Yeah, we do.
Alright, thank you. I have one here to say, fuck your mask! I'm not wearing it.
Okay, get out then, man.
No, I'm gonna, I want, do you guys have any,
Get out.
do you have pepper, do you have bear spray?
No.
Okay, I'm sorry,
She's
can
not
I get a
too
mask? I was
bright
just
either.
kidding.
You can't
Let me
really
get a
fix
mask.
that low.
No, dude, get out.
Let me get a mask.
Get out.
What do you
man.
mean? I don't have to.
You're being annoying. We've asked.
I'm
you to
not
leave.
being
It's a
annoying.
private
Okay,
business.
shh. You're calling the cops over a mask? There's no mask mandate in Arizona, ma'am. There is no mask mandate in Arizona, ma'am. Yeah, exactly.
You're on private property. We can require a mask. Thank you.
Can I just buy this hat real quick?
No, I can.
Doesn't it look nice? I can't buy this hat?
Dude, stop being a dickhead. And
I'm
get
not
out
being a
of the store.
dickhead. I want to buy this hat.
That's cute. We're not gonna sell anything.
Why
to you,
not?
so get
Let me
out.
just buy the hat. Is this not America, bro?
No, we've asked you to leave. You're on
Oh,
private
it's not America, so you're communist. Nice.
Now, fun fact, this guy was also arrested for being one of the people who entered the Capitol on January 6th, which happened only 3 months after he was banned from YouTube. Coming in at the illustrious number 2 spot, you know him, you love to hate him, his name is Leafy is Here. Now, to go on a break and then come back only to be banned for harassment and bullying would put you at the number 1 spot, but I have that spot saved for someone special. But I forgot how many videos Leafy actually made, but according to this Reddit post, he made 12 videos on Pokimane, all of which got community guidelines striked at the same time, thus leading to his channel termination. Now, I don't know for sure if it was 12, but I do remember him uploading a good amount of videos with Pokimane as the thumbnail. Some of them not even being about her, but he still just used her as the thumbnail. And the other reason he's up this high isn't solely because of the Pokimane thing, but it's also the fact that so many other YouTubers have gotten into arguments with each other, and I can't remember the last time one of them got their channels terminated because of it. It's always just a little back and forth, the winner gets a few more subs, then the loser loses a few, and also considering where each of their careers have ended up as of now, it's more than safe to say that Leafy belongs at the number 2 spot. So before we get into the number 1 spot, let's recap 5 through 2. At number 5, we had Austin Jones. At number 4, we had the 2-for-1 special, 8 Passengers, and Daddy05. In the number 3 spot, we had the man named after a dessert, Baked Alaska. And for number 2, we just went over him, the Leaf Man himself, Leafy. And now, without further ado, here is who tops our top 5 ways a YouTuber has lost their channel. That's right, the man, the myth, the cupcake connoisseur himself, Eat That Pussy 445. If you are not familiar with him and what he has done, back in 2021, he was caught trying to meet up with a 13-year-old girl for sexual relations, which gave us this infamous clip.
Well, I was actually coming out here to pick up a cupcake and then go back home. There was, nothing that was going to be sexual involved because I'm not like that, well, obviously the text messages and stuff like that, you know what I mean?
9 days later, YouTube terminated his channel, but that didn't stop him though, because he would have some success live streaming on TikTok and then started his own website, but as of now, everything has basically just died. Except for him. But after denying what he did for so long, he finally admitted that he was meeting up with a minor and acted like it wasn't a big deal. But then, not too long after that, does he get caught again trying to meet up with a minor, this time during one of his dialysis treatments. And this was after he had already hit rock bottom, so he's like, hey, I can get lower if you really want me to, trust me. I can get lower. But what makes this whole situation worse is that the private messages he was sending this girl were leaked, so we got to see his disgusting excuse for a wiener. The only way I can describe it without showing you guys is, remember that character from Foster's Home for Imaginary Friends where she was like this weird gypsy lady? Her fucking nose looks like EDP's deformed pork sausage. What's crazy is how YouTube alone gave him the confidence to do that. If he wasn't a popular YouTuber, no one, and I mean no one, would give him the time of day. He's the kind of guy who would walk past you, and then as soon as you got far enough away, you look to your friend and you're like, God damn! But I don't think there is a more pathetic way to lose your YouTube channel than by getting caught trying to meet up with a minor, only to double down and act like you're some fucking badass for doing it, only to do the same thing again and get caught and act like people should feel bad for you again. Like I said in the beginning, if you feel like I missed anyone, throw it down in the comments, and maybe I'll make a part 2, but before that, I gotta do my research for the kick ban tier list. Not a tier list, just a list. But until then, see you guys Sunday. Peace!